Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully all the technical parts worked out okay and you all have got a good vantage point. I wanted to welcome you to the Union Mills Homestead. My name is Sam Riley. I am the president of the board of the Union Mills Homestead Foundation, and it's my distinct honor to have all of you here today to recognize a project of which we're just incredibly proud. And just for the benefit of anyone who doesn't know, I'm standing on the Headgate Bridge, which is a key part of this flume project that we're here today to recognize. This project is really all about teamwork and partnerships, and all of you who are here were a key part of that. So if I don't get a chance to say something to you individually, thank you all of you for all the partnerships that went into this very successful project. I'd like to make some introductions if I could, and then I'll go through all the introductions and then I'll invite Director Hughes up. The first person I wanted to acknowledge is Elizabeth Hughes, who's the Director of the Maryland Historical Trust. Thank you very much, and thank you to the Maryland Historical Trust, which really is the unsung hero in this whole project, because they were a key funder of this project to make it happen. I would like to recognize Carroll County Commissioner Kenneth Kyler, who's here today, State Senator Justin Reedy, State Delegate Eric Boucher, State Delegate Chris Tomlinson, and with the Carroll County government, Carroll County's Director of Public Works, Brian Boki, who is the key agency that heads up so much of the work that gets done here. And with the Department of Public Works today also is Eric Burdine, the Deputy Director of Public Works, John Bowers, Chief of Building Construction, and Dean Leister, a project manager who had so much to do with this project. So I'm not going to belabor any comments other than to say one thing, is that if you ever get a chance, and you can buy it in our gift shop, to get Oliver Evans' 1795 book on his automated milling design, and you stand alongside this project and look at this flume, you can see just how accurately this flume restoration was done in accordance with a vision of Oliver Evans back in the 1790s. And the fact that we were able to bring all this partnership to bear to keep this project, to keep this mill operating and to restore this flume is just incredible. So without further ado, Director Hughes.
Good afternoon. As was said, my name is Elizabeth Hughes. I'm the Director of the Maryland Historical Trust, and I'm here today to present the 2023 Maryland Preservation Award for Project Excellence Preservation Partnerships to the Union Mills Flume Restoration Project at Historic Shriver Gristmill. And I can tell you my daughter is particularly excited about this award because a trip to Westminster always means a trip to Bulgars, and that means pies on the way home. Since 1975, the MHT Board of Trustees has honored the outstanding preservation efforts of individuals, businesses, nonprofit organizations, local governments, and others who protect, steward, and share the historic places and cultural heritage that make Maryland unique. Something that the partnership between the County Commissioners of Carroll County, the Union Mills Homestead Foundation, and B.E. Hassett Millwrights were able to accomplish at the historic Shriver Gristmill. Key individuals I want to acknowledge today are Dean Leister, Project Manager, John Bogue, Union Mills Homestead's Miller, and Ben Hassett, contractor with B.E. Hassett Millwrights. I hope you're all here today. The restoration of the flume at the 225-year-old mill to working condition, enabling water delivery from the mill race to the mill's water wheel, took a high level of collaboration between these three entities. This strong partnership ensured that from the beginning, research stages through to completion, the project ran smoothly and efficiently. There's a mutual understanding of the historic significance of the mill, as well as the importance of making certain the restoration is accurate to interpret the site authentically and share its history with the wider community. On behalf of the Maryland Historical Trust, I'm pleased to present this Project Excellence Preservation Partnerships Award to the Carroll County Commissioners. And I believe that Commissioner Kyler is here, who will be accepting the award on behalf of the project. I want to say congratulations and thank you for showing what working together can achieve. The Commissioner? Thank you so much.
And I want to thank all of you here that had a lot more to do with this than I did. I'm Kenny Kyler. I'm one of the current 5 commissioners for Carroll County. I was elected by the District 2 area, Hampstead, Manchester, and Finksburg. I want to congratulate all parties involved with the work on the Union Mills Flume Restoration Project at historic Shriver Grist Mill and winning this Project Excellent Preservation Partnership Award from the Maryland Historical Trust. The Union Mills Flume Restoration Project was a partnership between the County Commissioners of Carroll County, the Union Mills Homestead Foundation, and B.E. Haskett Millwrights to restore the flume at the 225-year-old mill to working condition. Carroll County endorsed and supported the Foundation's pursuit of the Historical Preservation Grant Award for the flume's restoration, then provided superior project management for the guys in the back there under an MOU with the Foundation. Successful coordination and collaboration among the stakeholders resulted in an excellent restoration project. The Union Mills Homestead Foundation, the Shriver family, and Carroll County have a long history of working together at this site. The County Commissioners of Carroll County, Maryland, own the historic site, and Union Mills Homestead Foundation operates the site under a long-term lease. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but Andrew and David Shriver started all this in 1797. Awesome. Union Mills Foundation gave the land to Carroll County in 1973 and started a 50-year lease. We're in the process of renewing that lease and look forward to working together for many more years. And I just want to thank everybody here.
A key part of the operation, again, is the funding that made this happen, and it would be wholly inappropriate if we didn't give an opportunity to the folks who actually do the hard part of voting to make that funding available. So I'd like to invite our delegation up. Senator Reed, you want to come up first? And however you want to do it, come on up. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you so much, Sam. To everybody here, we're so honored to be here to celebrate this. This is just such a great achievement. Our delegation was honored to support the application for the grant as well, and support the work of the Maryland Historic Trust. We when you don't know your history, you don't know where you came from, and this property and everything you see here has been such a great part of the fabric of Carroll County for as long as I've been here, and for decades, generations. Kids can learn about what life was like and learn that actually you couldn't just go plug in, the generator to keep the mill rolling. It's a very important part to understand where we come from, and it's just such a key part of our community. We're just so happy to see this today. This is beautiful. We want to thank you for having us come and just be able to say a few words. And I think each of my colleagues may want to say something. We do have a proclamation to give to Sam. I don't know if you could come back up, and maybe the members of the board, anyone that's here, executive director, yes. We have an official proclamation from the General Assembly, and it says, "Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to Union Mills Homestead and the county commissioners in recognition of being selected by the Maryland Historical Trust for the 2023 Maryland Preservation Award, in particular for preservation partnerships for the flume here at the Shriver Grist Mill." And it's signed by myself, Delegate Boucher, Delegate Thomas, and also Delegate Rose, who couldn't be here, but sends her best as well. And we want to present that to you all.
Great. Thank you.
There you go.
Much.
We can get in and get a picture. I guess let's stand and get a picture, and then that's fine.
At the end too.
And then have them. Yeah. And if you want to, you guys both.
Oh, that's right. You guys go.
Being here is always very special to me. I was just telling a couple of the other folks, the first time that my now wife, Molly, and I came here, well, I've been here prior, but first time she came here was several years ago at the flower market, or flower mart, whatever we call it. And it was pouring down rain. It was flooding. I think we brought back a ton of mud back to the house after being here. But that was the first time we came here, so it's funny that we're back here again when they're selling the flowers. But in between those two moments, we ended up getting married here last year, not even a full year ago. So last June we got married here, and actually it was kind of similar to this, where we made out with really good weather. So this is perfect weather, and we also had just a really good time. And I think Sam and his crew, they had to add like 2 extra tents onto the back of the barn so we could fit all the people. But it was a really good time. So it's very special always to be back here for any event. And I'm just always happy to see the good work everybody's doing here, and I'm always happy to support in any way. So thank you.
Well, it's always an honor to be at Union Mills. I'm fortunate to have worked as a commissioner on this project. Now here I'm as a delegate. I think the value of this historical site not only adds to the education of our children, but as a businessman, I understand the value it plays economically for our county. Just this past weekend, I rode down to Orange, Virginia to Montpelier. Now this is not as big as Montpelier, but the fact is, I, as a Marylander, went and took my commerce and economy down to their location, spent money. And when we have facilities like this, people from the region come here to Carroll County to enjoy their heritage. So this is very vital in maintaining their culture and their heritage. And some people ask, why do we spend money on projects like this? Well, that's because we get a return on investment. This is a historical site. It keeps us grounded and focused on who we are as Carroll County citizens. So as always, I proudly say I am a historical nerd and such a big fan of the Shriver family and Union Mills. And for the rest of my civic duty in public life, I'm going to do everything I can to preserve our history and our heritage. So thank you all very much.
And last but not least, probably most important, I should have introduced him at the beginning. I'd like to make sure that we have a formal introduction to all of you of our new executive director, Kyle Dalton.
Thank you all so much for coming out today. I'll keep it brief. The main thing that we're all celebrating here today is ensuring that the past is preserved for the future. And every single one of you had a hand in that. In my short time here as executive director, the passion of the people of Carroll County and the members and board of Union Mills Homestead, the county commissioners, our delegates, all of your passion has ensured that this site will continue to survive and thrive. And I want to thank all of you here today for ensuring that that happens. Now, we're going to have some refreshments in the mill afterward, and if you were involved in any way with the project, please stick around for a little bit. We'll be having some group photos. So again, thank you all for coming out. Thank you, Maryland Historical Trust, and I hope all of you enjoyed. The rest of the plant sale goes till 4 o'clock today.